Hello everyone and welcome. It's Erica here from Me to You Paper Crafts, and I'm very excited about a fun fold that I'm going to share with you today. So I have been busy making this cute, I'm calling it a landscape easel card. This is the first one that I put together using the Snailed It stamp set. So when it lies flat, it's a basic landscape card. The only difference is it has a fold horizontally down the middle. And so what you can do then is bend it up, and then you can just clip it onto some kind of a little closure that is popped up with a dimensional, and then the person can just display it on their desk like that. For the main part, the main graphic, it could either be a greeting or it could be an image such as this adorable little snail. And you could use any of the frame collections that you might happen to have, squares or circles or rectangles, whatever you like. So on this one, I actually used the little frame that came in the die set that matched with the Snailed It stamp bundle. And then when you open it up, you've got a panel at the top here where you can actually write your inside greeting and then sign the card. Isn't that just the cutest thing? And then I had my gals team meeting last night, and I showed them how to make this card. And so this is the one I did as my demo card. This is using the Sweet Strawberry bundle, another gorgeous bundle in our spring mini catalog. Both of these sets are in the spring mini catalog. And so this one, I've got the little strawberries popped up on here. And this die was from the, I think it's called Oh So Sweetly Dies, or Sweet Sentimental Dies. And so then I use the beautiful designer series paper. All the designer series paper is actually backed onto some cardstock for a matte look. And then you open it up and it simply says thank you inside, with the strawberry flowers in there. So very, very cute and fun to put together cards. So today I'm going to do the exact same card layout. I'm going to show you how to do this fun fold, but I'm going to use another stamp set and do something a little bit differently. And for my focal point, I'm actually going to use this frame. This is from the Stitched Nested Labels dies. I think this is the second largest one that I'm going to use. And I'm going to use the Pretty Perennial stamp set and dies. So these are all the dies here. Look how many dies you get in this set. This is what they look like. Lots of beautiful dies to cut out these flowers on here. And what I love about this stamp, I love a stamp set that has a lot of floral, leafy images, because then you can actually create your own designer series paper, which is a lot of fun to do as well. Okay, so I've got my cardstock, everything's cut, ready to go. Okay, all of the measurements will be in the blog post, and there will also be a link to my online store for all of the products that I use, should you wish to purchase anything from me. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to start with a card base. This is a half a sheet of the basic white cardstock. It's basically cut in half, 8.5 by 5.5. And what you're going to do with this is you're going to score it in two places. Okay, you're going to put it in on the horizontal side, and you are going to score this at 2 1/8, 2 1/8, and at 4 1/4, which is the halfway mark of the horizontal size. Okay, so then you're going to fold your score line. So you're going to fold it on the halfway mark. Okay, so this makes your card base a regular portrait style card. And then you're going to fold the other score line to the inside of the card, like so. And then this creates that pop-up piece. Okay. All right, so now that's it. That's your fun fold right there. And so now it's up to you to decorate the way you like. So what I did was I chose to use the reverse side of this gorgeous paper. This is the Paper Blooms paper. This paper actually is free. It's a 12 by 12 paper stack of beautiful papers, and it comes free. So it is one of the many products in the Celebration brochure. and it's actually free. Let me just pull out the paper and I'll show you some of the designs in here. They're just bold and beautiful. So you get, I think you get 12 sheets of 2 designs each. So I've already used some of this paper in some of my projects, but let me just show you how these papers work. Yeah, so I think you get 2 sheets of 4 designs. Look at this one. I'm really excited about using it. This would make a great gift bag. Okay, and check this one out. This is gorgeous too. Okay, and then this is beautiful as well. And this one. Now I'm using this paper, but this paper does not coordinate with this particular stamp set. This paper coordinates with another stamp set called In Bloom Bundle. It's on page 45 of our mini catalog. Okay. I originally thought that it paired with this one that I'm using today, but it doesn't. It pairs with In Bloom Bundle, and it's a bundle because there are some dies that go with it, and they will actually cut out the papers that are in here. Okay. All right, but I just needed some DSP layers, and so I chose one of the reverse sides, this beautiful green paper. Okay, so when you look at your cardstock measurements, you're going to be cutting out 3 pieces of green, or this is old olive cardstock. You're going to cut 3 of those, and you're going to cut 2 of these. Okay, so you're going to mount 2 of these on here like this. Now you could, if you want, you could cut an extra one and mount it again, because you could have, so this is what it's going to look like. You're going to put this at the bottom, and you could have put another one like this on the top, and then one on the inside, but I didn't like the way that looked, so I've left mine plain. As you can see on these 2, I've put the DSP actually on the bottom lower half of the front, and on the inside on both of these I did that same thing. Now on this one I just turned the paper over, so you could just reverse the paper like that. So I reversed the paper on here, and then for the top half of the card I chose to use the same color cardstock, but I ran it through an embossing folder. Okay, these uses 2 different embossing folders here. Okay, which I'm going to do the same on this one. I'll pick a different embossing folder for this one. All right, so excuse me, you can go ahead and now this is a very narrow mat. It's like 1/8 of an inch, and so I'm going to use Tombow glue so that I can kind of slide it around if I have to. So I'm going to put my Tombow on here to glue this down. So this, it gives you time to slide it to get it on there nice and evenly. Okay, that's why I prefer to use Tombow in this case. So let's do the other one. All right, so those are those 2 panels done. And then you have, I'll give you the measurements to cut an inside panel with a piece of the basic white cardstock that you're going to stamp your inside greeting on, and that's going to go into the top part over here. Okay. All right, so the next step is you can go ahead and you can glue these panels to the front of the card. So this one is going to go here on the front. This is not as narrow to put it on the front of the card. Okay. Now this piece, I'm going to go and I'm going to emboss that, but I can go ahead and put this piece on the inside. Okay, so let me just quickly run and emboss this. So this time I decided to emboss with the, what's this one called? Brick and Mortar. It's one of my absolute favorite embossing folders. I love any kind of a brick pattern. Okay, so this one is going to go on the top like this. So I'm going to again use my Tombow glue here. All right, there's the top of my card. Okay, so we have to decide what we're going to put on the inside of the card, and we have to decide what we're going to put as our focal point. Here we go. Okay, I just love the stitching on all of our dies. All right, so I have to decide now. There's this huge happy on this stamp set, which I could do. I could do happy and then just put some flowers around it. And then for my stopper, I'm going to do a flower. I've already cut out a couple of these flowers here. And when I do stoppers, I like to double up the cardstock. So there's actually two of these in here. No, there isn't. There is now, though. These should line up. Okay, so I'm going to glue these two together. And just pick them up and just kind of squeeze them together. I love these flowers because they have an embossed edge to them, which is very cute. Okay, and then I've got this little piece here, and I think I will just put a dab of glue in the very middle here and glue that on the flower like so. Okay, and then for the stopper, I'm going to put a dimensional on here. I'm just going to set that aside for now, let that dry. Okay, so now I have my stitched frame here, and I'm going to start stamping my greetings. I'm going to do my I'm going to do my greeting first. So we'll put happy here. Then we're going to put birthday here. And then we're going to fill this with some flowers. Okay. So I took out the largest flower, which I'm not going to use. I've changed my mind. I've got this flower here. So I'm going to do this Rococo Rose. And let's do one more. Okay, and I've got a little black center that I can put on here. Okay, and then I have this smaller flower, and I might do this in a different pink. Okay, let's use this smaller one, and I think I'm going to use maybe some Blushing Bride, just another pink color. So this one actually has an additional stamp to put on top of it. So let's just do a few of these. And then there's this fun one that you can put right on top. And don't worry, it's not meant to be an exact match. It's just meant to give it a little bit of texture. Okay, and I might just use the same little center here. Now it's a little bit big, isn't it? So instead of stamping, I'm just going to take a black pen. I have a black Sharpie pen here. And I'll just create some of my own little centers, right? Don't be afraid to bring in a pen or something to make your own design. I'll do a bigger cluster, I think. There we go. Okay, so that's the front piece of our card. Now, when you go to attach this, you are only attaching it to half the card front. You see, like on this one, you're only attaching the bottom half so that it can flip open. And you can decide whether or not to put it on dimensionals. Now, you don't want too many dimensionals because it has to fit in your envelope. So you have to decide. See, these strawberries are on dimensionals, and so I put this on flat. Or you could put this on dimensionals and just stamp flat. So this one is stamped flat, and so I could put some dimensionals along the bottom here. Okay. So let's just make sure I've got it the right way. Yeah, this is the bottom. So we'll put a few dimensionals along the bottom here. And let's take these off because I've got all my panels on the front. Okay, so you can basically lie it flat and you're basically putting it centered. Now, this frame or die actually makes it easy because you've got points here horizontally, so you can just match those points up to that fold. Okay, and just stick that on like that. So see, when it opens up, it pops open. Okay, so the last thing really to do, look how fast this card has been to put together. Other than your stamping, it's a pretty quick card. So here's my little focal flower. Okay, and you're just going to lift the card up and you're going to put this flower so that it catches on there. Okay, like that. So it catches. Isn't that just cute? I think that's too cute. Okay, so the next thing to do is to finish the inside of our card right here for where you're going to write your greeting. So again, we have our basic white and our layer, old olive layer. So I'm going to design this a little bit like the front of this. Now this is Happy Birthday. And I think I'm just going to do a few little flowers in here with the, I'll use some Rococo Rose and also the Blushing Bride. So let's do this medium-sized flower in the Rococo Rose. So we'll do just a few flowers at the top, I think, or maybe a little one here. Okay, let's do our a little bit of black, that black little centerpiece. Okay, and then we'll do the smaller flower in the Blushing Bride. We'll do the solid color. Like that, and then we'll do the little overlay. Like that, and then there's lots of room to put your own personal message in there. Let's just pull back in my black pen, and we'll do a few little speckles for the inside of the card, or inside of the flower rather. There we go. Okay, and then let's cover our excuse me. Let's now where's my tape runner gone? Oh, I'm going to use Tombow again so I can slide that into place a little bit easier. I'm just going to take a piece of paper and lay it on top because I'm not sure that ink is dry yet. I don't want to smudge it. Okay, now we can put some glue on the back of this and then put it inside our card. And then we will be done. And you can just decorate your envelope using the same flowers. I always like to decorate my envelopes. Okay. Let's put this on the inside of the card now. Try and line up your sides to match the other sides of the bottom layer. There you go. So there is the inside of your card, and there is the outside of your card. How sweet is that? And if you want to put a little embellishments on here, I may just do a little bit of Wink of Stella. I always do Wink of Stella on nearly every card. I love it so much. So I hope you enjoyed this fun fold, and I certainly hope you will give it a go. So down below in the details of the video, you will see a link to my blog post with all of the other information and some photographs. So thank you so much for joining me. Remember, Celebration is on for another month to the end of February. So if there's anything you would like to purchase, remember, for every $60 that you spend, you get to pick out a free item. You can contact me for more details or any questions that you might have. Thanks once again. Bye for now.